Welcome back to my channel. So nice to see you today. Welcome to another ASMR video. In today's video, I was sort of inspired by an old favorite book of mine, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And I remember in that specific book, the characters were a little bit obsessed with knowing the famous last words of certain individuals. So basically, right before a celebrity or famous person passed away, the last words that someone was lucky enough to hear were recorded down, and they were sort of excited to read about them. And it kind of made me a little bit excited too, to delve further into that and to look up famous last words, essentially the last words spoken by famous people. So basically, when I was thinking about what kind of video I would want to record today, I wanted to keep it casual and easygoing, and basically thought I would Google the last words of certain famous or well-known people. So essentially, I just Googled famous last words right in my phone, and I found a website. I'll link it down below. It's called mentalfloss.com, and this is 64 people and their famous last words. So I thought it would be really fun to read it to you guys today, and I've never read any of these before. I think I read like the first 3 or 4, and then I was like, okay, I need to make this an ASMR video. So without further ado, I will link this article down below, but we are going to be reading the famous last words, so 64 people and their famous last words. Now, the article starts with an Elvis Presley saying, I don't know if they cite it later on because I haven't read into it, so I'll just read this little blurb to you, but it basically says, Ginger Alden revealed then-fiancé Elvis Presley's final words before his death in 1977. During a night of sleeplessness, Presley told Alden, I'm going to the bathroom to read. The rest, as they say, is history. So essentially, famous last words can be poignant, funny, sad, weird, or mean. Last words can make quite the impact as we shuffle off the stage of life. Here are 64 notable examples. So let's get started. The first famous person is Joseph Wright. Wright, a linguist, edited the English dialect dictionary, and his last word, dictionary. Next, Raphael or Raffaello, the Italian artist. His last word was simply happy. Next, number 3. Composer Gustav Mahler died in bed conducting an imaginary orchestra. His last word was Mozart. These get a little bit more interesting as we go because they're not simply words but phrases, which is fun. Next, number 4, Bessie Smith. Blues singer Bessie Smith died saying, I'm going, but I'm going in the name of the Lord. Next, number 5, Jean-Philippe Rameau. Composer Jean-Philippe Rameau objected to a song sung at his bedside. He said, What the devil do you mean to sing to me, priest? You are out of tune. Okay. So some can actually be quite funny. Number 6, Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra died after saying, I'm losing it. Number 7, George Orwell. George Orwell's last written words were, At 50, everyone has the face he deserves. He died at age 46. That's quite interesting. Number 8, William Seward. William Henry Seward, U.S. Secretary of State and architect of the Alaska Purchase, was asked if he had any final words. He replied, Nothing, only love one another. Number 9, Jean-Paul Sartre. I hope I'm pronouncing these right, but if I'm not, feel free to correct me. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre turned to his partner Simone de Beauvoir and said, I love you very much, my dear beaver. Maybe that was a pet name. Next, number 10, Margaret Sanger. Birth control advocate Margaret Sanger's last words were, A party, let's have a party. Number 11, Rainer Maria Rilke. Rainer Maria Rilke said, "I don't want the doctor's death. I want to have my own freedom." These are interesting. I confess I don't really know much about certain people on this list, so I'd actually be curious to know how they died as well. Number 12, Nostradamus. Nostradamus predicted, "Tomorrow at sunrise, I shall no longer be here." He was right. A little chilling. 13, Vladimir Nabokov. Author Vladimir Nabokov was also an entomologist, particularly interested in butterflies. His last words, "A certain butterfly is already on the wing." That's really cute. Number 14, Herman Melville. Author Herman Melville died saying, "God bless Captain Vere," referencing his then unpublished novel, Billy Budd, found in a bread box after he died. Interesting. Number 15, Marie Antoinette. Before I read this, a little fun fact. I did my 23andMe DNA, and apparently on my mother's side, we are somehow distantly related to Marie Antoinette. It's kind of interesting that Marie Antoinette stepped on her executioner's foot on her way to the guillotine. Her last words, "Pardonnez-moi, monsieur." That means, "Pardon me, sir," in French. Sorry for my bad French. Number 16, Richard B. Mellon. Richard B. Mellon, a multimillionaire, was the president of Alcoa. He and his brother Andrew had a little game of tag going for about 7 decades. When Richard was on his deathbed, he called his brother over and whispered, "Last tag." Andrew remained it for 4 years until he died. That's so cute. That's sweet. Number 17, Harriet Tubman. When Harriet Tubman was dying in 1913, she gathered her family around and they sang together. Her last words were, "Swing low, sweet chariot." Like the song. I won't sing it because I have a terrible singing voice. Number 18, Isaac Newton. When Sir Isaac Newton died, he was humble. He said, "I don't know what I may seem to the world, but as to myself, I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than the ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me." That's very poetic, quite beautiful. "I don't know what I may seem to the world, but as to myself, I seem to have been only like a boy, playing on the seashore and diverting myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than the ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me." That is truly beautiful. I love that. I think that's one of my new favorite quotes. And that's Isaac Newton's last words. Number 19, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was overly modest, saying, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have." The Mona Lisa isn't good enough, they remarked in this article, but he's known for so much more than just the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci is truly a pioneer, so interesting that he's quite modest. Number 20, Louise Marie Theresa de Saint-Maurice. Okay, the Comtesse de Versailles let one rip while she was dying. She said, "Good, a woman who can fart is not dead." Oh my gosh, that's iconic. Comtesse de Versailles let one rip. Wow. Very interesting, and forgive my pronunciation, but that was great. Number 21, Buddy Rich. Drummer Buddy Rich died after surgery in 1987. As he was being prepped for surgery, a nurse asked him, "Is there anything you can't take?" Rich replied, "Yeah, country music." I love these. I don't like country music either. Although I'm sure there's a couple country songs that I do enjoy, but for the most part that is the only genre of music that I can't take, so we have a lot in common. Number 22, Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace, an R&B singer, died in 1954 while playing with a pistol during a break in his concert set. His last words were, "I'll show you that it won't shoot." That's very morbid. That's quite sad, actually. But I mean, I guess you have to find the humor in these situations as well. Number 23, Richard Feynman. The physicist, author, musician, professor, and traveler died in Los Angeles in 1988. My birth year. His last words, "This dying is boring." And I feel sometimes perpetually bored, so that's interesting. Number 24, Benjamin Franklin. As Benjamin Franklin lay dying at the age of 84, his daughter told him to change position in bed so he could breathe more easily. Franklin's last words were, "A dying man can do nothing easy." That's actually quite sweet. It's funny and cute. Number 25, Albert Abraham Michelson. Michelson dedicated his life to measuring the speed of light and was the first American to win the Nobel Prize in Physics. Even as he was dying at age 78, he was measuring light. He wrote in his log, "The following is a report on the measurement of the velocity of light made at the Irvine Ranch near Santa Ana, California during the period of September 1929 to..." Quite sweet. Next, number 26, Thomas B. Moran. Moran was a pickpocket, known by the nickname Butterfingers. He reportedly stole as many as 50,000 wallets in his career. He died in Miami in 1971, and his last words were, "I've never forgiven that smart alecky reporter who named me Butterfingers. To me, it's not funny." Oh, that's kind of sad. Next, number 27, James W. Rogers. Murderer James W. Rogers was put in front of a firing squad in Utah and asked if he had a last request. He replied, "Bring me a bulletproof vest." Number 28, Charles Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano was a mob leader who helped in the U.S. work with the Sicilian Mafia during World War II in exchange for a reduced prison sentence. His last words were, "Tell Georgie I want to get in the movies one way or another." And it worked. His life story is told in the movies Lucky Luciano, The Last Testament of Lucky Luciano, and many more. I confess I don't think I've seen any of those, but that's quite interesting. Next, number 29, John Arthur Spenkelink. Spenkelink was executed in Florida in 1979. He spent his final days writing these last words on previous pieces of mail. "Capital punishment means those without the capital get the punishment." Probably true. Number 30, Thomas J. Grasso. Convicted murderer Thomas J. Grasso used his last words to complain about his last meal. He said, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this." Next, number 31, Arthur Conan Doyle. Doyle, who wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories, died at age 71 in his garden. He turned to his wife and said, "You are wonderful," then clutched his chest and died. That's so cute. I love that. Very sweet. Now we know a cute little trivia for the writer of Sherlock Holmes. Number 32, T.S. Eliot. Writer T.S. Eliot was only able to whisper one word as he died. Valerie, the name of his wife. That's sweet. Number 33, W.C. Fields. Actor and comedian W.C. Fields died in 1946. His last words, "God damn the whole friggin' world and everyone in it but you, Carlotta." He was speaking to Carlotta Monti, his longtime mistress. Wow. Very interesting. Number 34, Percy Grainger. Grainger was an Australian composer who, with his dying words, told his wife Ella, "You're the only one I like." This is very sweet. A lot of these are quite sentimental. I feel like they're either sentimental or funny. Next, number 35, Michael Landon. Actor Michael Landon, best known for Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven, died of cancer in 1991. His family gathered around his bed, and his son said it was time to move on. Landon said, "You're right, it's time. I love you all." That's so sweet. My mom, I remember, would watch Little House on the Prairie sometimes, and I'm pretty sure she had a crush on him. Number 36, Vince Lombardi. Football coach Vince Lombardi died of cancer in 1970. As he died, Lombardi turned to his wife Marie and said, "Happy anniversary. I love you." These are quite sad. 37, O.O. McIntyre. McIntyre was an American reporter. He died at age 53 and spoke his last words to his wife, Mabel. "Snooks, will you please turn this way? I like to look at your face." These are so cute. Number 38, Edward R. Murrow. When he was 57, Edward R. Murrow died while patting his wife's hand. He said, "Well, Jan, we were lucky at that." All these ones with the wives they just get to me. They're so cute. Okay, number 39, John Wayne. John Wayne died at age 72 in LA. He turned to his wife and said, "Of course I know who you are. You're my girl. I love you." Number 40, Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart's wife, Lorraine Bacall, had to leave the house to pick up their kids. Bogart said, "Goodbye, kid. Hurry back." Not quite "Here's looking at you, kid," but close. So cute. "Goodbye, kid. Hurry back." That's really sad. Sad to think that he might have died alone then. Number 41, Ernest Hemingway. Before Ernest Hemingway committed suicide, he told his wife Mary, "Good night, my kitten." That's sad. Number 42, Donald O'Connor. O'Connor was a singer, dancer, and actor known for his role in Singin' in the Rain. He also hosted the Academy Awards in 1954. Wow, that was before my dad was even born. O'Connor died at age 78 with his family gathered around him. He joked, "I'd like to thank the Academy for my Lifetime Achievement Award that I will eventually get." He still hasn't gotten one. That's a bummer, but that's cute. Number 43, Eugene O'Neill. Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Eugene O'Neill was born in a room at the Broadway Hotel on what is now Times Square. He died at age 65 in a Boston hotel. His last words, "I knew it, I knew it. Born in a hotel room and goddammit dying in a hotel room." That's cute. Number 44, Jack Sue. Sue was an actor on the TV series Barney Miller. On the show, there was a running gag about Sue's character making crappy coffee in the office. Sue developed cancer of the esophagus, and when he was being wheeled into an operating room, he joked to Barney Miller co-star Hal Linden, "It must have been the coffee." In a tribute episode, cast members raised coffee cups in Sue's memory. That's sweet. Number 45, Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker knew how to party. She sang, danced, and acted. She adopted a dozen kids and lived in Paris. On the last night of her life, she left a party being held in her honor, saying, "Oh, you young people act like old men. You are no fun." That's cute. Number 46, Charles Gussman. Gussman was a writer and TV announcer who wrote the pilot episode of Days of Our Lives. Among other shows, as he became ill, he said he wanted his last words to be memorable. When his daughter reminded him of this, he gently removed his oxygen mask and whispered, "And now for a final word from our sponsor." That's very sweet. Number 47, Groucho Marx. When Groucho Marx was dying, he let out one last quip, "This is no way to live." That's very cute. Number 48, Chico Marx. Groucho's brother, Leonard, who was better known as Chico Marx, gave instructions to his wife as his last words. "Remember, honey, don't forget what I told you. Put in my coffin a deck of cards, a mashie niblick, and a pretty blonde. A Mashley Niblick is a type of golf club, for people like me who have no idea. That's humorous. Number 49, Wilson Meisner. Meisner was best known for his bon mots, though he was a successful playwright too. He's known for the line, "Be nice to people on the way up because you'll meet the same people on the way down." When Meisner was on his deathbed, a priest said, "I'm sure you want to talk to me." Meisner told the priest, "Why should I talk to you? I've just been talking to your boss." That's very cute. Number 50, Alfred Hitchcock. As he was dying, Alfred Hitchcock said, "One never knows the ending. One has to die to know exactly what happens after death, although Catholics have their hopes." Very cute. Hitchcock, famous screenwriter, director. Number 51, Pete Maravich. Basketball great Pistol Pete collapsed during a pickup game. His last words, "I feel great." That's sweet. Vladimir Lenin. Vladimir Lenin's last words were, "Good dog." Technically he said, "Vot sobaka." He said this to a dog that brought him a dead bird. That's interesting. Vladimir Lenin. Hopefully I said that right. My boyfriend is Russian, so he would probably correct me. Number 53, Leadbelly. Blues guitarist Leadbelly said, "Doctor, if I put this here guitar down, I ain't never gonna wake up." And he was right. That's sweet. Number 54, Thomas Fantet de Lagny. Thomas Fantet de Lagny was a mathematician. On his deathbed, he was asked, "What is the square of 12? His last words, 144. Why was he asked that, I wonder? That's interesting. And sorry for butchering his name. Number 55, Derek Jarman. Jarman was an artist, writer, and filmmaker. His last words, "I want the world to be filled with white fluffy duckies." That's so interesting. Next, number 56, Winston Churchill. Sir Winston Churchill's last words were, "I'm bored with it all." Number 57, Joan Crawford. Actress Joan Crawford yelled at her housekeeper who was praying as Crawford died. Crawford said, "Damn it, don't you dare ask God to help me." Number 58, Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley died after giving a thumbs up as he listened to the song Walk Around Heaven. His last word was, "Wow." I'd actually like to listen to that song now. Number 59, Mo Berg. Baseball player Mo Berg's last words were, "How did the Mets do today?" Old habits die hard. Number 60, Emily Dickinson. The poet's last words were, "I must go in, for the fog is rising." Wow. Number 61, Truman Capote. As Truman Capote lay dying, he repeated, "Mama, mama, mama." So he was calling for his mother, or maybe he was seeing her, we don't know. Number 62, James Brown. The hardest working man in show business said, "I'm going away tonight." Number 63, Joseph Henry Green. Surgeon Joseph Henry Green was checking his own pulse as he lay dying. His last word, "Stopped." That is chilling. Okay, and last but not least, Steve Jobs, number 64. So technically I read you 65 with Elvis, which is good. So 64, Steve Jobs. According to Steve Jobs' sister, Mona, the Apple founder's last words were, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." So there you have it, 65 with the addition of the Elvis quote in the beginning, but 65 last words from famous or well-known individuals. This was quite interesting of a read, and sorry that this wasn't very visual, but I feel like this was definitely more of a, exciting video in the sense that I feel like these were pretty interesting last words. A lot of them were sweet, a lot of them were funny, and some of them were actually sad, but at it's just something to think about. So if you would like to comment down below on what you would like your last words to be, I would love to hear it. But of course, I hope that we all live a long and happy life. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being here with me and being a part of my ASMR channel. If you're subscribed to my channel, it means so much to me that you are. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, it does definitely help my videos. And of course, I love hearing from you from the comments down below, so if you don't feel comfortable giving me your last words, just anything, I'm happy to hear from you guys. But until I see you next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hopefully this video can lull you into a state of relaxation, or maybe even sleep, who knows. But until I see you next time, have a sweet rest of the day or night. Sweet dreams if you're off to bed. And I hope to see you again soon.